Looking at now is my Mossberg 500 12 gauge shotgun. Has a synthetic stocks, 30-inch barrel, screw-in choke. Wears a full choke now. I've got the modified that came with it, but I've had this full choke in it since I bought the gun, and I've seen no need to change it. The gun shoots both 2 3/4 and 3-inch shells. Safety's on the top, which makes it easier for a left-handed shooter, or if I shoot it off my right shoulder, either way. There's the slide release. Carries 5 rounds in the magazine, 1 in the chamber for a total of 6. There's nothing remarkable about this gun, except the fact that this was the first gun that I bought myself. And I bought it from Curry Thomas Hardware in Jacksonville, Florida, the Beach Boulevard location. Probably January of 1995. I was a senior at Stanton College Prep. And if I remember correctly, I was working part-time at Jimmy's Buttermilk Chicken on Normandy Boulevard. And if this old gun could tell some tales, well, probably a few folks would be under the jail right now. I'm going to get a little long-winded with this video, probably, most likely. So I'm going to go ahead and warn you. This gun patterns very well with the Winchester 3-inch double-aught buckshot. Just because I don't feel handicapped with 2 3/4-inch loads doesn't mean I won't shoot 3-inch shells if the gun patterns them well. When I bought the gun, it came with a modified choke. I had them switch it out with a full and install it for me. It's easy to screw one in and out. And I bought a box of turkey loads. If I remember, I turned 18 in January, about the middle of the month, the 19th. And I think I got this gun around the first part of the following February. And turkey season opened in March. Before I got to turkey hunt with it, I got to shoot it. And first clay up in the air, got busted with it. And many more have followed in its footsteps. I have prettier guns and I have fancier guns. And maybe guns that are a little more advanced. This one stays in the rotation. This is my hard use gun. Synthetic stocks, handle the bad weather well, moisture and everything else. The action's very slick, worn smooth over a lot of years. Been a great shotgun. When I brought this one home, I could tell my dad probably had his doubts about it. You know, here I am, just turned 18, went and bought my first shotgun all by myself. Proud young man. And I'm thinking to myself, okay, I can see it in his eyes. Not only did I not buy a Browning, but I showed up here with a pump gun. And, all the older folks in the family, Browning A5 shotguns, Smith & Wesson revolvers. How did I rebel? How did I protest when I was, a late teenager and senior in high school and starting college, I hunted with a pump gun and a Ruger pistol, as opposed to the Browning and Smith & Wesson. And shortly later, during that first turkey season, I had a gobbler I was trying to kill. He was hanging out in the feed plot, and I tried just about every which way I knew to slip up on him and get in range. And he extended my education by showing me every trick in the book to get away from me. That one was not a particularly big turkey, but it was one that's a memorable hunt. And I've hunted deer with this gun. At some point later, I cut me a piece of wooden dowel and used it for a plug, duck hunted with it down in Gainesville whenever I didn't have time to make the trip over here from Jacksonville to Perry. And I could just slide down there in about an hour and a half instead of 3 hours to come over here. Rode around in the back seat of my truck, usually with a blanket over it. Been hauled behind the seat of many other trucks since then. Sometimes on the front seat, ready to go, depending on the situation. And it's been a good companion to me over a lot of years. And still going strong. I'll probably kill a deer with it this year. Most likely, I think I've killed something with it just about every season I've had it. That's getting to be some water under the bridge now. But it's one worth looking at. It's a straightforward, no frills, American-made shotgun. And yeah, it's got some wear on it, but it's honest wear, and it still shoots well. It still holds a great pattern with the 3-inch buckshot. Still does well with the 3-inch turkey loads. Doesn't discriminate in the bird shot. If it's Federal, Winchester, Remington, whatever you want to shove in it, it'll shoot it, and shoot it well. I've hunted all over the place with this gun, and it's still in the rotation, and hopefully we'll have many more seasons together. Well, that's all I've got for this morning. Later on.